Rogue Tier, we still winning. Magic Cardo, we extending. Dark Law, he still contending. Sunrise, your lights in.
Yugi peoples, welcome to the 750 subscriber giveaway. Yeah, all right, so we at 750 subscribers now, and I told y'all, like pretty sure like months ago, and even like a week or so ago, that after we hit 750 subs, that we would go ahead and do a giveaway. So first of all, the giveaway announcement, and then after that, for y'all that want to stay a while and listen, we'll talk a little bit about the upcoming meta, or just like a little bit about the upcoming meta, and then I'm gonna tell one of the tales from the past, my travels with when I played Yu-Gi-Oh, like way back in like 2003, like when the game was still young and fun. Not to say that it's not necessarily fun now, but back then when you traveled and went to events, and you played Yu-Gi-Oh, you were gonna get, some back and forth kind of action. You were gonna actually get to sit down and play. It wasn't about building a board that makes it impossible for your opponent to play. So, that's a little bit more fun for me back then. But to each their own. And yep, let's go ahead and, like I said, this time we'll have 3 winners. First place winner, or let's say the grand prize winner, will get to have their own playmat designed. So in the yugioh hero group, I noticed like a lot of people always posting images, coming up with different designs that they want to have turned into a mat. So whoever is the grand prize winner, you'll be able to send whatever image you want. I'll go to probably metamats.com, and you can either get you a cloth playmat made, or if you don't like cloth playmats made, we can get you a rubber playmat made. Whichever one is your desire, we'll go ahead and get that made. We'll get it shipped, delivered to your house, whatever you want. It could be heroes, preferably. I'm hoping that it's heroes, but if you just like enjoy watching the channel, watching heroes, learning about heroes, or watching my vlogs or whatever I'm doing, and there's a different archetype that you love more than heroes, then hey, it's your decision. Go ahead and get that made. So the grand prize winner will get that, whatever playmat they want made. On top of that, they will also get 15 of the Amanda Lapalm hero sleeves. So you get your custom playmat made, these 15 sleeves for your extra deck right here with the Hero City on there. It's also got the Hero Signal and Neos on there. Y'all know Power of the Elements coming soon. And then 2 other winners will both get 15 of these Hero Extra Deck sleeves as well. Put them on there, do what you want. I would prefer for you not to sell them on the black market, but hey, it's up to you. Do what you want with them. They're really, really, really cool. I use them on my extra deck. I really like them. I can't wait to get the Miracle Fusion sleeves so that I can, put these on the back of those, because I'm using the Fusion sleeves right now. It's really cool, but it's nice to have something to alternate between back and forth, so we'll go ahead and do that. Yep. And it's cool because it's got Neos on there, Power of the Elements coming up with the Neo support. Hopefully, we can find something pretty decent to do with it. I'm going to work on that, see what I can do. As for like a little discussion about the upcoming meta, sprites, tournaments. I know Math Mechs and Exo Sisters are supposed to be like pretty big too, but with those format changes come new hand traps. And heroes, this is like where like there are certain cards that are just like really susceptible to hand traps, and one of the main ones that I feel like is about to probably come back into the meta are Ghost Ogre and Bale. So we have to be really, really careful with Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre really messes us up when we go into Cross Crusader, or even when we try to use Increases effect. So while you're playing your hero deck, while you're building your hero deck, just keep those in mind as you go out to go playing your first locals, your first regionals coming up. Ghost Bell is probably about to shift in. The Ghost Ogre is definitely most likely about to about to shift in, it hurts the adventure engine, it hurts the sprite engine, and it just like inadvertently, it really hits heroes really, really hard. Imperm is also going to be a big card. We're not too worried about Imperm. We have so many cards that help us dodge Imperm. Having DP on the board helps you dodge Imperm. Increase helps you dodge Imperm. Mass change helps you dodge Imperm. So we're not too worried about that. But it's really hard to dodge Ghost Ogre. So we not dodging that most of the time. Cross Crusader can dodge it, but you're not getting your ad after that. So, as you're working on your combos, doing your test hands, and, thinking about how you would play it out, always keep in mind that your opponent could have those hand traps and try to figure out ways to play around them best you can. For example, one of the main ones is when you have Denier and Mally in the graveyard and you're activating Cross Crusader's effect. I always target the Denier first. That way, if they do Ghost Bell it, you can go ahead and activate Mally's effect, banish him, special summon him, and you can still tribute him to get Cross Crusader's effect. So, just like little things like that, Another thing is, when you're discarding, say for instance, Shadow Mist in order to activate Ferris's effect, one of the things you might want to consider is actually adding, if you haven't done your normal summon, is probably actually adding Vion off of Shadow Mist effect. That way, when you do go to use your increase, if it gets Ghost Golgered, you still have Vion in your hand, you can summon it and still do your, go into, fusion summon play. So it's just like little things like that that can, win or lose you the game. You just gotta kind of, think about it. After that, we're gonna go ahead and do a tale from the past. I talked to the main character from this tale the other day. I messaged him on Facebook. I asked him if he was okay with me telling this story because it's like it's a little bit crazy, and it's one of those times where unfortunately I wasn't actually able to make this trip, but I still got involved in the situation, like just like coincidentally. It was crazy. So this was a trip down to Houston for regional. I didn't get a chance to go. I was working overnights at Walmart, so I had to work that night. It was, I believe, the people involved were like Marco Hernandez. None of y'all probably don't know who that is. He's like an old school duelist. He was really, really good. He taught me, like quite a bit. I learned a lot of bit from watching from him. Matter of fact, I won my first big tournament. Lone Star Comics had like probably one of the first box tournaments that we had here in Arlington at the Lone Star Comics off of Central out there. And Marco had suggested me using Mystic Tomato inside of my deck, and I ended up using Mystic Tomato off in there. It was like really, really good. This was before the damage step ruling would not be able to activate stuff like Torrential. So, back then when somebody hit something off of Mystic Tomato and we would summon like the Sangan, we would flip up Torrential and, just destroy all the cards on the board. You can't do stuff like that now, but, back then before, that was a big deal and stuff. We used to do stuff like that, and I was able to go search Yada and, Yada lock people like that. And, I won quite a bit of tournaments off of that. I won that first box tournament that they had. It was a lot of fun. And, yeah, there was a lot of people turned out. I think we held it in the, they have like this little section of Jay Gilligan's where you could go play, where they rented it out and we played there. So that was really cool. But back to the story. That's Marco Hernandez. Also involved in the story, Evan Vargas. Y'all know him probably as the creator of the Soul Monarchs or Soul Control. Y'all probably have heard that name before. Also, Chase Foster. Y'all have probably heard that name before. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned him on the channel before. Then it also involves Jake McNeely. Jake McNeely, he was a member of Team Outphase. He did win a YCS. I think he still owns the Yada signed by me. So I forgot to ask him about that. I'm going to have to ask him if he still has that card or is it floating somewhere out there. And then Chris Bolin. I want to say that he was on this trip as well. I'm pretty sure that he was. He's a national champion, also Team Outphase. I knew these guys when they were really, really young coming up in the game. So, yeah, this story pretty much involves all of them. I said, I'm pretty sure that, it was a Motel 6 that they were staying in. I found out actually Jake was the main person that I had to talk to and ask him about telling this story. Like, I just found out after talking to him last night that also his grandmother had went with them on this trip. All right, so they're inside the room, play testing, doing whatever, talking, chatting it up. Apparently, some people have been kind of scouting them, saw them, all these young looking, kids carrying Yu-Gi-Oh, big old backpacks and stuff like that, probably talking, being loud, being kind of like a little bit rowdy and stuff. So apparently, at some point in the night, they get a knock on the door. So Jake told me, that basically kind of what it was that his grandma had went, left the room to go get something to drink, and apparently he thought that it was his grandmother coming back to the room. So he tells Evan to go ahead and just go open the door for his grandma. Now Evan, he's from the suburbs, probably place where you ain't gotta lock your car door, you ain't gotta lock your house door, nothing like that. So he doesn't look out the peephole, being inside this motel room inside of Houston. And Jay said he just goes up and he just opens the door wide open, just kind of like flings it all the way open, and it's not Jake's grandma, it's not Jake's grandma. So there's a black guy there, and also two or three other black guys behind him. So they come in, rushing to the door. So y'all know where this is going. They're about to get robbed. All right, so apparently they split them up, put them like two to a bed, made them lay there, and they had a gun. Now, the craziest thing, which, that I thought was like, it's funny, but at the same time, it's not funny. It's the middle of the night. Jake, bowling. They're both really, really young. Even we were pretty young, only like 2019. I'm pretty sure Jake and them were probably like 11, 12, 13 years old. They were really, really young, and they've probably never seen a gun in their life. So apparently Jake got so, scared, or, whatever, however you want to say it, that he peed in the bed, that they made him lay in, and he was next to Chase. So he peed on Chase in the bed while they were there, and it's, like I said, it's funny, but at the same time, it's not funny. He got a little golden shower there in the bed. No, I'm pretty sure it wasn't that bad. I'm pretty sure he had his clothes on and stuff, but yeah. So, they do that. They take they're taking all their stuff and everything. They're asking them for their pins to their credit cards and stuff. And apparently, as the story was told to me, Evan was the only one that gave them his actual pin number, because the guys told him, hey, we're going to go check and see if the pin you gave us really works, and if it doesn't, we're going to come back, and handle that. So apparently, like, Evan really believed this and gave them his actual pin number for his card. And so now that's over. They got all this stuff, and to prevent them from calling the police or anything, they take their phones. Apparently, they kind of like tied them up a little bit and put them inside of the bathtub. I mean, not inside the bathtub, but put them inside of the bathroom. So I'm at work, like I said. It's probably about, I want to say it's like around 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to go on break. I know they're down in Houston, so, we're going to go over to Walmart for a minute. And I'm going on break, and I'm like, hey, let me call and check on my boys out there in Houston. So, I get on the phone, I call Evan, ring, 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 voicemail. I was like, oh, okay, I guess they must be asleep, busy, or, it's whatever. So now going back out to the Houston motel, apparently they didn't get Evan's phone. So Evan had his phone while they were in the bathroom, and he's trying to, work a way to get it out of his pocket and stuff while, before they escape or whatever, so he can call the police. So in the midst of him trying to get the phone out, his phone starts ringing. So y'all know what that is. It was me calling Evan, to check on them. And so apparently, the robbers were still out there in the room, and they hear this phone ringing, and they run back into the bathroom. They take Evan's phone. So, that's what I said. It's like purely coincidental, like absolutely crazy. It's just like when I found out what was going on, and Evan, I think I talked to Evan and I talked to Chase eventually. I think I talked to Chase first, but yeah, Chase was pretty much the one that gave me the rundown, and stuff. And after, getting to talk to Evan, it clicked off inside my mind, like, hey, what time did this happen? And he's like, it was like around 1:30 or 2, something like that. And I was like, oh shit, the reason why your phone started ringing, the person that called you was me. And you know, it's like, dang, like it felt like bad. I'm like, dang, maybe they could have got to kept their stuff, or maybe, you know, the police would have got there in time if I hadn't decided to call him at that time, you know. But you know, stuff like that happens. You know, it's just pretty crazy. But you know, like stuff like that used to happen like crazy all the time. You know, I'm pretty sure that stuff crazy like that happens like even like nowadays and stuff. But you know, I was, you know, a part of some of these stories, some of these things that happen. You know, I still have a couple more stories to tell y'all. Just like trips back then, you know, used to be like a little bit, you know, crazy and stuff. So yeah, that was that tale. You know, that was something that happened. You can ask the people involved in that story if y'all know them. I'm pretty sure they will tell y'all and verify the things that I have said in, you know, in telling y'all this. So I said giveaway winner, 750 subs. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the love that y'all give, all the, you know, comments, all the likes, all the new subscribers that I've got, you know, in the past, you know, 2 weeks. I really, really appreciate it because, you know, my channel had kind of like stalled off on growth there. And, you know, it's probably, you know, my fault, lack of, you know, good content. But, you know, we're trying to get back on it. I'm gonna do the best I can. Like really what I want to do, I want, like, my goal is kind of like to have, like, when people see me, they know I play heroes. They know I'm one of the best hero players, you know, they've ever seen. And, you know, they tell me that all the time. They tell me after matches. They tell me when playing and stuff. But I don't want to be the only one. I want y'all, wherever it is, whatever area it is that y'all play heroes at, I want when y'all to sit down at the table for the opponent to be like, this is not just heroes. I'm playing against one of the greatest hero players in this area. So, you know, that's my goal. That's what I want to teach y'all how to be. That's why I do the better hero player thing for Master Duel, you know, so we can have Master Duel hero players top in. Like even the things that you learn inside of Master Duel, you can, you know, transfer over and use in the TCG. And that's why, you know, even like the other day I posted one of my losses, you know, because like one of the good things about actually like recording your duels is like going over them, looking to see where you made mistakes. And I made so many play mistakes in that game, and yet at the same time I was still kind of close to being able to win it, you know. But it's just like little things like that, you know, that help me become a better player, and hopefully it helps y'all become a better player as well. So, you know, until next video, I will catch y'all next time. Appreciate you for watching and staying a while and listen.